Good morning, welcome to Something Saturday. So I'm completely bundled up because I'm freezing cold at the moment, hence the fact you don't get to see me in the first part of the video. So today I thought that we would have a go at a technique that I haven't done once again in ages. So last week we actually did this technique here, which is called Joseph's coat, and I was a bit dubious as to how it was going to turn out, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out in the end. So you can see that on my blog from last week if you go back there and have a look. And this week we're going to have a go at black ice technique. So one of my friends actually said she saw somebody doing this recently, and I went, oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. So here we are, and I'm going to have another go at it. So in the catalogue there are silver foil. So page 139, it's called Silver Foil 12 by 12 Specialty Papers. So you get 3 sheets of 12 by 12s, and you get a brushed finished, a matte finished, and a mirrored foil finish. And it's a whole $17.50, sorry. Let's read the Australian dollar doodah rather than the New Zealand one, shall we? And these are the 3 different cards that you get. So as you can see, that one, hopefully I'm not blinding you with it, and that one is the matte one, and then that one is, I've forgotten what they called them all now, but it's interesting. This one almost has a purple tinge to it, but those are the 3. Now this one here I have made with this, and I thought we would have a go and see what it looks like with these ones. So this is going to be an experience because I have not played around with it prior to doing this, apart from making this one. So let us go ahead and chop off a bit of cardstock. What are we going to go with? Let's go, I don't know, 7.4, why not? Oh no, let's just make it 3 inches. Seeing as these ones are 12 by 12, we might as well go with inches rather than centimetres. And pop the cutter away, and let's find a bit of scrap cardstock. So to do this technique you will need to have Stays On black ink, and then you'll want a stamp that will look all right with it. So the reason I chose this one is because it just reminded me of that sort of old Chinese paintings, you know, the black and white sort of that kind of look old, but just beautiful. So I thought I would have a go. Now I thought I might use that, and let's see, I might add a couple of these down the bottom, maybe a couple of these little guys also flying across there. I'm using this stamp set here, which is Heron Habitat, which I kind of like this one. It's funny, I bought it because I had designed a particular card and I wanted to have something that would stand fairly tall like this on it, and so I hunted through the catalogue and found this set and thought that'll do, bought it, and I've used it heaps. It's amazing, you know, it's one of those ones that I didn't really think I would use as much as I have. So there you go. Let's try that again, shall we? There it is. Oh god, I cleaned these blocks the other day. My goodness, I don't know how they end up so dirty. What's the other one I need? Something small for that. This one looks nice and small for that. I will say, when you stamp these birds, do not press hard, because what happens is if you ink it too hard, you end up with ink all the way around the edge, and then you end up with a halo around the birds, and it's not a good look. Just saying. So let us go ahead, ink up the flyer. Ooh, let's also persuade that to sit. So when you ink onto this sort of cardstock, you actually want to make sure that it doesn't move as you ink it, because it actually moves really easily if you're not really careful with it. So let's see whether I can ink these up sufficiently enough that see, and that's what I mean about it moving. So I don't know if you can see that. It's just very slightly moved. So that's better the way that it did that one. I might do one more of those and see whether I can do it without it moving. Very hard to do with teeny tiny stamps. Okay, and then I'm going to add just a few bits of this down the bottom, just so it looks like he's flying over, you know, a bit of water or something. Seeing as I just missed a spot. Oh. Okay, that piece will get covered. That's the bit there that I managed to miss on both accounts, and I'm just gonna squish off some of that StazOn black. So you can actually remove StazOn with something called StazOn Remover, which I know is around my desk somewhere, and I can't currently see it because it's probably hidden behind something. But there you go. Oh, so we still need this, and I also need a tissue, because I don't want to end up with StazOn all over my fingers. So you let this dry a little. Hopefully that's not too bad now. You just make sure, yep, we're good. And then you grab your StazOn and you actually just literally wipe it down. And also wipe it up so that you end up, let's just, with this look. She says, having managed to get StazOn all over her fingers still. There you go. You too can get StazOn on your fingers. Ooh, I'm not terribly happy with the way this corner's turned out, actually. Just gonna try again. That's better. Happier with that. I like it so that it has a very definite up and down, and it doesn't accidentally sort of like swerve off to the side or anything. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yep. Okay, shall we try the other one as well? I mean, while we're here, we might as well. All right. Grab up my cutter. Let's give myself my 3 inches again. 3 inches. Be interesting to see how this one stamps because it's so ridged. Pop that down there. Okay, put that to one side. Do we want to use the same things, or do I want to try something different? You know what? I haven't used him yet. I actually don't think I've ever used this stamp. I'm wondering whether I could get away with somehow using it. Obviously I'm going to have to carry on using that one. Let's just pull that one off temporarily and stick it over here. That. Not sure I'm going to need those, so let's go with that. All right, we will aim to see how this turns out. Where am I going to put them? That. All right, here goes. Okay. Interesting. Pop that away. Not sure that I'm going to like this one as much as, oops, the other one. Hang on a minute. I just managed to get StazOn actually on my stamp itself. Excuse my head for a fraction. There we go. Oh, wow, that's really looking quite... Okay, the reason I'm squidging my stamp around like that is just to get rid of the excess ink on there. I'd rather not have StazOn really dry onto my inks. Oh God, stamps, Heather, get with the program. See whether I'm not convinced on this little funny thing over here. And I feel like I need something in the air now. What to put in the air? Well, I think I'm going to have to put my flyer into the air again on this one. So let's grab my flying heron. Pop that down. Even if he's not completely on there. Oh, he turned out a little light. Yikes. Okay, well, not 100% sure that I'm liking the way that this one is turning out, but I do quite like the way that that one and that one have turned out. So let's see whether this has managed to dry. Tell you what, it's always a bit of an experiment, isn't it, with me? I like experimenting, so, you know. All right, let's see how it turns out if I drag this up and down here. Oh, yikes. I think I may have dragged a little bit too hard. Told you I wasn't very keen on this one. Righty-ho. Oh, no. Well, there you go. Apparently, this will actually rub off before it dries. So let's just... Okay, let's rub it off and start again. And oh no, I've just creased the... Oh, Heather, seriously. Wow. Okay. You know what? I am not going to use this piece. I'm not very happy about the fact I've managed to crease that now as well. So, just just to recap. So the three different things that you can use are those three, and this one doesn't seem to work terribly well with it. I might have another go at that and see if it does, if I can make it work for my blog post. And if I do, then you know you'll see it when you go over and have a look at my blog post. So do feel free to head over to my blog. And oh dear, that really doesn't look too good, does it? Whoops! And now I have lots of black on my fingers. Excellent. Yes, so head on over to my blog, check out how I end up making that one up and whether I managed to do something with the other one. And feel free to come and join me next Saturday for something slightly more entertaining, maybe. You never know. Thanks. Bye.